Good evening, Professor. Today is week 3 journal for MN 664. It's about provider and patient relationship. What I learned this week in clinical regarding provider and patient relationship. I believe the patient is mostly looking at three things. I can say, the three main things they are looking for, like being a good listener, like they need a provider who will take time to listen to their concerns, and beside being knowledgeable, and also who can explain to them what's going on, what is wrong with them, and medical term they are able to understand what the provider is talking about. And from experience, and what I learned this week, it's silence can be not only beneficial to the client, and also therapeutic. When I said that, I had this patient in clinical who was crying regarding an issue, depressed, for depression and anxiety. And she was, while the preceptor left the room and the patient started to cry, she was crying, and I went and sat next to her, not saying a word. And after about 10 to 15 minutes, just to keep her company while the preceptor was away, went to look for something. So suddenly she stopped crying and started talking to me, explaining, her life, what's going on in her life, why she's crying. She had 3 kids. The father left her for another girl, for a younger girl, and she has been dealing, and one of them, of the kids of her children is mentally challenged. She has been dealing, with that by herself, blah, blah, blah. And, by listening, and then the interaction, between myself and the patient, and the way I was answering, her questions, blah, blah, blah. And then, and she said to me, I'm really happy I can find somebody I can vent, my frustration and talk to, who really sit down and listen to me. Not, judging me or anything, saying anything negative to me. I really appreciate that. So I believe silence, that's something, a provider sometimes, you have to be silent and be a good listener, and listen, by being silent and listen, to your patient. It's like, will promote the provider and patient relationship. I think that's all. And that's something, I plan to use in my practice later on. Thank you very much. See you next time.